Now that the social media muzzle has been removed and we're actually able to use some critical thinking, I'm not talking about conspiracy theories, just critical thinking, I am going to say that I am proudly unvaccinated. That is because I use my brain, I ask questions. Some other examples of when I asked questions was during the internet bubble. I said, what is happening here? This makes no sense. During the housing bubble, when I was trying to warn the media as a realtor about the housing bubble, nobody wanted to hear it. Also, in 12-step meetings, you're not allowed to ask any questions. You're supposed to follow. And in school, we're supposed to follow. I think that I am not a conspiracy theorist. I do not think that this virus was purposely leaked or there was any kind of conspiracy. But I do think there's big money at play. There's big money funding the World Health Organization. Big pharma wants to make money. The social media companies want to make money. And I do think that the people who want to make money do not have our best interests at heart. Therefore, I'm just, don't necessarily believe everything that I'm told. I don't believe everything that I'm told because I've seen time and time again how things that we're told are not necessarily true. And there might be things I believe now that aren't true, but some of the things to me are just so obvious. The internet bubble, the housing bubble, the COVID scare, lockdown, I think we're going to look back on this and say it was a huge disaster for the people, but a huge benefit to all the billionaires who have come to be as a result of it. Amazon, Facebook, all the media companies, the pharmaceutical companies, all at the expense of the people who've lost their voice and lost their power. I really think it's so important to ask questions. And the basic thing about the COVID thing is it has a death rate of less than 1%. Why did we lock everything down? We didn't lock down for AIDS, Ebola, SARS, and all these other ones. Also, yeah, that's all I want to say. I don't want to argue my point. I don't want to defend my point. If you got the vaccine, good for you. We just are not going to have a lot in common. I'm very much into my health and trusting my body. And yes, I've been vaccinated against MMR and not chickenpox, but polio. I had to when I moved to the US, but I don't always get the mammograms. I don't take the blood pressure medication. I like to solve things naturally. And when it comes to COVID, I think a good immune system and maybe some of these other medications were the way to go. I don't see why we lock down society for something that kills less than 1% of the people. It makes no sense. And putting masks on our children, I think we should have, like I said from the beginning, my videos all got taken down on this, is protect the elderly and the sickly by isolating them, quarantining them, and taking care of them, and let everybody else go around their business to develop some kind of herd immunity. There was no reason to lock everybody down. And worse, what upsets me is not only that the healthy people were forced to quarantine, that makes no sense. The sick people or the sickly people should quarantine. Why were healthy people quarantining? Most people who get this don't even have any symptoms. They don't even know they have it. So why were healthy people quarantining? Why are we, giving vaccines that are not even FDA approved yet? And by the way, these vaccine companies are immune from legal liability for their products. So they don't give a shit about the side effects. It's like when they made cigarettes and everything else they made. So this blind trust, it's not healthy. We have to be a little bit smart and ask some questions. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I'm just like, this doesn't make sense. All I'm saying is it doesn't make sense. The way that this was treated seemed very reactive and made no sense. So I wasn't going to play along with it. And I'm proud that I'm not vaccinated. I'm proud. And no, none of my family is vaccinated that I know of. Of course, that's all personal medical information. Now people are going around saying they're vaccinated. So I'm going around and saying I'm not vaccinated. And I'm proud of it. I have friends who are vaccinated. I have clients who are vaccinated, and that's fine. I will still see them, but my friends tend to be unvaccinated because they also believe, like me, that this makes no sense. I tend to have friends who are critical thinkers and who are healthy. A lot of my friends are younger. So I just want to make a video about this, and hopefully my channel won't get taken down for saying this. But now that the muzzles have come off, I'm finally able to say it without having my video removed. I didn't even say anything about a conspiracy. All I said was, I don't believe why they put this whole lockdown in, why they're rushing into vaccines, and why people are so afraid of something which has just double the death rate of the flu, pretty much. And for kids, even less. It's pretty much does nothing to kids. It's extremely rare for a child to have died from this. So that's all I want to say. And yes, people have died from it, but people die all the time. They die from cancer, they die from lung disease, they die from heart attacks, they die from all kinds of things all the time. That's life.